the Andalucía, a Tier 9 Spanish cruiser that is an overall good ship with one glaring weakness. It has 9 234mm guns that are really nice to use, and they have the signature Spanish burst fire option. Along with this, it has good maneuverability, decent torpedoes, a solid concealment, and a nice lineup of fairly standard consumables. What's the problem then? Its armor is downright atrocious, making it a glass cannon. Either way, it's a rather enjoyable ship to play, so here you go. Here's my equipment and captain build for reference. Alright, so this is actually the second battle I'm recording. I just realized after I finished the first battle, also we're top tier, which is pretty nice. But I realized after the first battle that my microphone was not connected, so I was not getting any audio recorded from me speaking. It was just game audio. I think my computer's ingrained mic might have picked up my voice, but A, it would have sounded terrible, and B, the battle was not, anything spectacular, so it's just wasn't really gonna use too much of it anyway, so yeah. So now everything should be working. I was mid-tier last time, had I think 61k damage, 45k spotting damage, died to a Preußen. So this one should hopefully go better. It's also one of my favorite maps in the game, if I'm being honest. I like Estuary a lot. And I mean, the battleships, the number of battleships is not ideal because this thing does not react well to battleship AP or really armor piercing in general. But it's still one that it's still a good ship overall, I think, or it's a solid ship, I'd say. Obviously, it's got the Spanish funny button, the burst fire, which is always very fun to use. And I mostly used it on the Nagato because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be spotted for, so just figured I'd just get off shells while it was visible, but if it's going to stay visible, although I think, yeah, now, because it was the Aquila planes that were keeping it spotted, and they just died, so now I'm going to kind of turn around a little bit. And, because the problem is we only have one destroyer per team, so it's not going to be too much spotting outside of that in the carrier. Don't know what hit the Missouri for like 30k damage, but he is not having a good time at the moment. This Missouri is pushing very far ahead very quickly. Ooh, hang on. Ooh, hang on. That's a Bolgnesi. Probably going to be turning around, but I might load AP just for the fun of it. And actually, that might be a better target, because that means it's probably going to be stopping and reversing, but let's see if I can get a good hit in here. There we go. There we go. We like that a lot. There's the funny button in action. Yeah, getting burst fire on 234mm AP on a broadside cruiser, pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Hello again, lag. Not sure why this keeps happening to me. It never happens when I'm not recording. Maybe it's an OBS thing. Okay, can I do another funny? I don't think that's gonna citadel him. I just think I'm aiming too high. But hey, I mean, hey, that's solid damage right there. Not gonna lie, solid damage. Probably should have tried to help that lightning out and kill the Le Fantastique, but hopefully, well, now I won't really have an opportunity to do so. Let's, I guess, go for the Buffalo again. Sure, let's go for the Buffalo again. Don't need a burst fire that time. I want to get rid of their destroyer, although lightning got rid of it for me, so that works. Now it's the Rusalian, because that is a battleship, and that means lots of AP. I'm actually gonna see if I can stop here, go dark after the planes go away, so I don't just present broadside to the Nagato and the Buffalo over there. And once this lightning gets out of its smoke screen, or at least so long as the Rusillon There's not an extra I in there. The Roussillon. I'll go with that, actually. That sounded good. Yeah, say it. But yeah, just whittle down the Roussillon, and then I can focus on those guys over there. See if I can swing the ship around a little bit to get my rear turret going. Do want to keep an eye out for any potential broadsides over there. So I'm trying to get a fire on this guy. He might have just repaired the fire that was on him at the moment. Since fire is always nice for destroying ships. And I'm assuming his damage control is still on. Either that or I'm just getting really bad luck with my fire chance. So I want to go for broadsides on the Buffalo, since that it does not have very good citadel protection. There we go, finally. But I don't have a good angle on it at the moment. Might need to start moving now because of the Lexington torp bombers. There's a double fire. And his damage control might be on cooldown. So I think now, especially because the Nagato's down, I can move up. And let's switch to AP and start hunting those cruisers.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Let's see, is that Buffalo? Okay, the Buffalo's turning, which is really nice. No, he's not turning anymore.
Enemy battleship ahead.
Hello again, Ping. Can you not do this at the worst possible time, for the love of God? Because now I'm going to show broadside to the dang Roussillon. Or Roussillon. It's fine. Got it just in time. Alright, let's do that, because I do have torpedoes, which is nice. And how far away are you? I don't think my torpedoes are going to do much to you. Need to not do that. That's what I really wanted to not happen. But it's fine. I can get rid of the Buffalo. We're okay. Stop here. Ouch, that hurt a lot. Stop going forward, please. How did all of those miss? Come on, man. See, I was trying not to give too much broadside to either the Roussillon or the Buffalo. Gave too much broadside to the Buffalo in the end. And now it's kind of a rock and a hard place. So can I go dark? Is the question. Would... Alright, so he's going that way. I need the mains to start shooting at that Roussillon. That would be nice. Gonna need to back up here. Problem is my torpedoes do not have a very good angle to go at ships ahead of me. So... the worst part is he's gonna shoot down my spotter plane in a sec, and I don't have my hydro up, so I won't be able to see him coming through. This mains can show up and spot him, though. That would be great. I am definitely going way too risky with the torpedoes. Let's do that. Yeah, he wasn't going fast enough. Alright. I was too early on the trigger there, but if he can get... yeah, if the mains can distract him, that would be great, actually. Honestly, I might just let the mains take him. So the mains should have... yeah, he's got plenty of health. He's got more health than the Roussillon. And... yeah. Let's inch forward. Just need him to not... okay, well, that was not good to see. So let's do this. And just around a little bit more. Alright, there we go. Just do the thank you for that.
Thanks, all. Enemy battleship couldn't parry this one.
Alright, now unfortunately the team did not fare well on the other flank. And there's still a Lepanto over in B. They're actually kind of getting some of the guys over there. Might be better to actually go hunt for the enemy Lexington than try and charge into a bunch of ships over there. Maybe? Yeah, I'm going to follow the mains. Probably better to stick together anyway. Actually, I might want to use Hydro here soon. I'll let the spotter plane spot the Miyoko first, see where it's going, and then use Hydro. Okay, the Miyoko's going that way. Now it's time for Hydro, because that will keep him spotted no matter what.
Now for my next move,
And we wait. And we wait. And we wait. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. Now we use torps. Now let's accelerate. And I mean, I'm going to keep steaming around the corner. Ooh, let's not run aground. That would be bad. Just don't want to show too much of a broadside to the Miyoko so he doesn't hit me for good damage, but my torps should get him. Miyoko's not even really looking at me, so there we go. Nice and easy. Alright, I'll leave the Lexington for the mains because I want to go help out these guys with the other ships. I might actually go and retake B. As much as I want to shoot the Lexington, it's a little far away. Hi, there's San Diego. Didn't realize you were right there. It's actually not bad. I mean, his sap's going to deal some damage, which is whatever, but funny button time. Probably didn't need to use the funny button and just go for pure damage, especially because I'm just going to overpin everything. But it's always fun. I wanted to go for the Dev Strike, and plus I have the Turpets now, so this San Diego is screwed one way or another. It's just a question of who's going to get him. And hopefully it'll be me. My guns aren't going to reload in time. Alright, well, that was a misplay. That was a big misplay on my part. I kind of thought the Turpets was going to keep pushing him. That didn't happen. I mean, luckily the San Diego is basically done for anyway. It's just... it should have been done for earlier. That was my mistake. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. It's fine. I think we're still going to win this one. We have the ship advantage. We have the points advantage. We have the cap advantage. Both the San Diego is almost dead. Lepanto's... I mean, he's probably going to get rid of the Turpets. But... yeah. I think... One of us will get them both eventually. I think once I get around the island a little bit, I can get the San Diego. Although he's going through the little gap there, so I guess not. Okay, Aquila got him. Makes sense because he has rocket planes, or AP rocket planes. Should have been my kill, but I was poor play on my part. All right, but I'll take the cap. Guess I didn't really need it in the end, but wanted to play the objective. I'll try and get him. Would have liked to fire. Of course, the main sets him on fire. I think it is not pronounced mains. I think it's pronounced like mines or something like that. But I don't know. I always just say mains because I'm an American. But I mean, with the Aquila keeping him spotted, I can sit comfortably behind the island and just farm damage on this Lepanto, and yeah, it'll go until the Aquila no longer has planes. Let's see. I mean, at this point, okay. Hello again, ping. Thank you very much. And funny button one more time for the Kraken.
Release the Kraken!
There we go, Kraken unleashed. Let's go. First battle of the vid. It's gonna be a Kraken. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, ship's not too bad when I'm not dealing with ping all the time. But I still don't know why. I literally also like restarted my computer as well, like Windows Update and everything. That was a really good battle. Holy crap! That was pretty nice. So actually, in between battles, also by the way, we're in Tier 9. there's a test ship in the Aberdeen, British ship with minute-long 9-kilometer radar, which is kind of interesting. But in between battles, I had 2 of the daily crates, or like able to get, like I was able to choose, and I always go with more coal. That's just how I've always done because coal is very handy to have. So I did that, and literally both of them that I got, I rolled into super containers, which is kind of crazy. I got 7,500 coal out of one, so it was basically got my more coal out of it anyway, and then I got 50 flags on the boosted hydro flags. We also have Fiume. That is, I think that's a ship that exists in real life. Is that I think that also is a Zara class. It's actually right behind me. Yeah, it is one of the Zara class. It's the one that we don't have in the game yet because we don't have the Pola either. Because we have the Zara and the Gorizia, but we don't have the Pola yet or the Fiume. I actually didn't realize the Fiume was being tested. What is special about? Oh, it has burst fire. Oh dang, I didn't realize that. And it gets better shell dispersion. That's crazy. And it doesn't have sap though, which is that's the thing. Does it have torps? Because the Gorizia doesn't have torps. It also does not have torps. Says the Zara, the Tech Tree Zara, it has exhaust smoke. Well, I guess they all have exhaust smoke, but it has semi-armor piercing and torpedoes. The Gorizia it trades out the torpedoes for hydro. So having hydro with exhaust smoke is like one of the only ships I feel like that has both exhaust smoke and hydro, which is pretty interesting. It's just the lack of torpedoes makes it not quite as good at brawling close quarters, but it's still a pretty solid ship. I don't mind it. And I guess the Fiume is more of a conventional cruiser. Like it obviously has the exhaust smoke, but it's more of a conventional cruiser with its armament layout. And definitely not a get up close and personal type of ship. Let's see, is that Harbin gonna go? Yeah, he's gonna go in smoke. I will burst fire because that thing has terrible armor. I'm not the biggest fan of Harbin. I wanted to like it more than I did. Oh, nice. Actually did get a citadel on it. Yeah, I wanted to like it more than I did because it's kind of a unique ship. Like it's based off of a Russian hull, I know that, and it has the like Russian 130mm guns. And I don't think that there's a Russian cruiser equivalent of it in the game. It's just the armor's just so bad, and the guns they're just okay. They're not horrible. They're just okay. And it gets significantly better when you get to the Sejong at tier 9. So it's solid, but I wish it was better. And the torpedoes that I get, because also as a Pan-Asian Tech Tree cruiser, it has the a decent amount of deep water torpedoes with the torpedo reload booster. It's just, I don't know. They're also decent, but not quite as good as I would like. But it's still a okay ship. It's not horrible, it's just okay in my opinion. Alright. Let's try and get a citadel or two on this Lazo, because that ship is very annoying to deal with. Nope. Nope, because that is a definition of a kiting cruiser. I have that. It's very fun, because it has a... it's basically a Shores, but it gets a fast reload spotter plane. So it's like the spotter plane lasts for like 60 seconds, but it also reloads in like 60 seconds. It's pretty nice. Instead of the normal spotter plane like on this ship, and many other ships, but this one also has spotter plane where they last for a good bit, but also have a really long cooldown. I'm running one of the captain skills that like reduces the cooldown on the spotter planes, because the like just having a decent amount of spotter planes and having not great default range on these guns, like it's 16.7 on these guns, it's not great. This is more of a ship you want to play at distances rather than up close, because the armor is again really terrible. Like having just more access to spotter planes is pretty nice. Let's see. I might switch back to HE for this Lazo if he's not going to show me some broadside. Although I might honestly switch over to that Sun Yat-sen and just try and help out the team more. Because the Lazo is, A, he's just far out and not really doing too much. And B, he's also just missing me, like, constantly. So he's not the biggest threat in the world. That Sun Yat-sen is a bigger threat. And it's probably be better to focus on him with the rest of the team, especially because he is very much overextending into our entire team over here. So let's just get rid of him while we can. I think that's, yeah, it's Kelowna melting him down with sap secondaries. As you saw in the last episode, that ship is very nice. Also, I want to get rid of the Sun Yat-sen anyway because that thing has 18-inch armor-piercing shells, and that can easily remove me from the battle if he decides to shoot at me, so I want to get rid of him as fast as possible. Probably could have shot another salvo with AP, but it's fine. Probably wouldn't have gotten there anyway. Looks like the Sun Yat-sen was going to die beforehand. Back to the Lazo now. Ooh, there's the Aberdeen. Let's go over to the Aberdeen instead, because that looks like a ship I can citadel from the side. Prepare the funny button. And hopefully, oh wait, no, okay, well, didn't matter because he got destroyed by the Yumihari. But I whiffed on the funny button. I moved my mouse too soon because I thought I fired. Whatever, doesn't matter. We are doing pretty well. Definitely not going to have quite the same experience total that I did last match, but team as a whole, we're doing pretty nice. Lazo actually hit me for once. My only worry is the Harbin. How close are you? You are not in my torpedo range. I am in your torpedo range. So I am also kind of overextended. I feel like we had a lot more ships on our team than like 2 seconds ago, and I don't know what happened. Alright, let's do that. It's like, luckily my fires can do permanent damage to the Lazo, whereas his do not because I have a heal and he doesn't. That might hurt a good bit here. That did, yes, hurt a lot. That's kind of annoying. Alright, let's switch over to the Harbin because you have more guns. Actually, no, he doesn't have more guns than the Lazo, but he's closer. Good thing I turned on my Hydro as well. Yeah, that's... Even with the delay from the ping, I guess, you can still see why I wanted to shoot the Harbin first with AP, because that ship does not have good armor. Well, never mind, it does have good armor. What am I saying? What was that? Oh my god, ping. Why? I am so frustrated right now with that. I don't know why. Alright. Lazo's turning in. See if I can get him before he fully turns in. Alright, I actually got a good bit of damage on him. Don't want to burn my repair just yet, but I am running low on health. I was hoping that burst fire was going to get rid of the Lazo, but it didn't. So let's try and get him this way. Alright, that works. He sets me on fire again. Now I will repair. Problem is my Hydro's out. Okay, that's good at least. Problem is I'm probably going to get set on fire again. Yep, I will. Okay, at least I got rid of him. Hopefully my heal can outlast the fire. Also, well, the Hornet's going to kill me, definitely, because that is his very special bombers. Those are the B-25s. Those are definitely going to get rid of me. But hey, I got rid of both their cruisers. It's just the Hornet left for their team. So even if I am almost certainly going to die here, I will be shocked if I live this, by the way. Completely shocked if I live this. But still, I got rid of the 2 cruisers, so yeah. That is no way I was living that. I don't have the health for it, or the armor, or the AA. Alright, no longer in a top tier. I mean, there's no way I can be... Actually, no, there's a way I can be bottom tier if I was in super ships. Like, if there are super ships in this match, but I am mid tier. Those poor tier 8s. They're That Baltimore is probably not going to have a great time, or the Harlem. I mean, there aren't that many tier 10s. There's no tier 10 cruisers, only the one tier 10 battleship, and then the destroyers. The Smollend, that is an absolute demon. We need to get rid of that real quick. That is an extremely powerful ship. And all right, fortunately, there's no destroyer on that flank, which is gonna make things a little awkward. But I something I've been meaning to talk about is the commander that I'm using, the Delmar 63. So he was offered during the anniversary event. I think it was the 9th. It might have been the 8th anniversary actually. So I guess 2 years ago. At this, or like 2.5 years ago, kind of. That's gonna, not too terrible. But it was like when the Spanish cruisers were being released. So it's why, despite him talking in American and or in English and not Spanish, he is he is usable on Spanish ships, not American ships. But the reason why I wanted to bring him up was that he is voiced by Aaron Dismuke. At least I don't think I've like checked the IMDb page. I'm actually not even sure if it's listed on his IMDb page, but I've heard enough of him to know that this is Aaron Dismuke, who is a pretty prominent voice actor now. He voiced Alphonse Elric in, I know, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't know if also in the original Full Metal Alchemist dub he also voiced Alphonse, but he definitely did in Brotherhood, and Brotherhood is one of my favorite shows of all time. It is absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend that to literally anyone. It is really good. And then he is also, Aaron Dismuke has gone on to voice a ton of people in various different like anime and stuff. And like he was in Ruby as Oscar Pine. He's in One Piece as, I think it's Pythagoras. I don't remember for sure. It's one of the Vegapunks. Kind of spoilers, but not really. If you haven't seen One Piece, it's like not going to make any sense. But he is in the most recent anime arc, not necessarily the most recent manga arc, because the manga's past Egghead at this point. I don't remember if the anime's done with Egghead. I would have to double check. I caught up with One Piece back in like 2024. This is Utin gonna run aground. Yes, he is. I'm trying burst fire and get rid of him. That'd be nice if I could. But yeah, I watched all of One Piece through 2024. Like 2024, 2025, I should say. Because I started, I think, December 2024, finished it, want to say like July of 2025. And this was like back when they had started Egghead, but they were going, like Toei Animation was going on this like 6-month hiatus essentially. And so I caught up to where it was at the hiatus. I think it was like episode 1094, if I remember correctly. And so I started watching it again when they started re-releasing episodes, but I stopped after like, I don't know, like 6 or 7. It was probably like 12 or 13 episodes deep into the like re-releases or whatever. And I just haven't picked it back up since. No real reason. I think it was just kind of burnout at that point, and I've went on to watch other things. Like I watched Bleach, watched through all that. Very excited for Cur 4 of Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War, when it comes out in, I think it comes out in like May actually, like very soon.
Watch it. Torp's coming in from the
which
left.
I am excited for because I really like Bleach. I was not expecting to like it nearly as much as I did, but that is a very fun show. But anyway, back to speaking of Aaron Dismuke, I don't think he was in Bleach in 1,000 Year Blood War at all, but he's in a bunch of stuff essentially, is what I was getting around to say. Then I got sidetracked with One Piece. But yeah, he's in that. He's in, I think he's in Kaguya-sama Love is War, which I've heard is a very good show. He's like one of the main characters in that. I've also just been completely ignoring the stuff going on in chat because I could care less at the moment. All right, I was going to say, I didn't get the kill for the Baltimore, but I was like, how did those shells not kill him? But the Zuma Fire got him. So let's focus down the breast while I'm here. The Yugamo burned his second, or not the Yugo, the Yu Yang burned his second salvo of torps on the Le Havre, and the Le Havre dodged. Le Havre's also, I think, the same hull as the breast. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one, unfortunately. We just don't have the tickets or the ships or really anything at this point, but I will try and do what I can. There we go, double fire. That is exactly what I wanted. Let's try not to get nuked by the breast here, though. Okay, yeah, the breast, yeah. Typical breast accuracy, not very good. That's a triple fire on him. Should hopefully get rid of him, because that is just going to burn the whole time. I just don't want to... Okay, here we go. Breast is down, figured, because the triple fire. Let's go one more salvo on the Valparaiso. Switch to AP to use it on the Cohorn, because that thing does not have very good armor in the slightest. You can watch my video on that, just to, you know, really see why. I was hoping he was going to keep turning broadside, but he didn't. So I'm saving my burst fire for when he does. Like right now. Might be... He's probably going to turn back in, but at least get the burst fire off. He's actually just slowing down. But still, pretty good salvo right there, not going to lie. Heal that. Probably don't need to activate my Hydro, because I think the Yugamo is too far away. But hey, it is what it is. Not sure what's using smoke. Might be the Yugamo. Let's not do that. Let's just go for raw DPM instead. There we go. We'll take that. Not going down without a fight, that's for sure. Unfortunate. Oh yeah, there's the Smollend. Yeah, well, hey. It's a defeat, kind of from the early game, but hey, it is what it is. Ooh, hi there, Cerberus. That might hurt. Oh nope, I angled just in time. Alright, let me try and get some good damage on you. Like that. Very much like that. Napoli gets rid of him. And Napoli's probably going to get the Hayate as well with his secondaries. Yep, there we go. Oh yeah, one other role I forgot to mention about Aaron Disbeef that completely slipped my mind. He's Senku, Ishigami Senku in Dr. Stone. That show is also amazing. You should go watch that show. It's really, really fun. He voices the main character in that show in the dub. And man, I love Dr. Stone so much. I can't wait for the final season for that. It's so much fun. So you're there. If I can get the Edgar, though, that would be kind of fun. Although, no, now it's too late at this point. Can I at least get him before the battle ends? Hey, I can. That's fun, at least. Alright. Whatever. I might call it there. That's, I think, 4 battles and 2 wins, 2 losses. And I think I broke 100k damage each time, so it is... Alright, I think I kind of cheated at the end with the Edgar, but it's whatever. Oh well. That'll do it for this episode on the Andalucía. As you can see, it's a pretty solid ship overall. It doesn't, you know, excel at everything. Obviously, you get hit by armor piercing, you're probably not going to have a good day. But the guns are really, really nice to use. The burst fire is always very fun. And, you know, even the smaller stuff, like the consumables are nice. You know, just having a lot of spotter planes to increase the range is nice. Having a pretty strong heal is good. And, you know, Hydra's always nice to have. The AA is also not too bad either. And the torpedoes, they don't have great firing angles, but, you know, it's always nice to have them at least. It's just, again, the armor makes the playstyle a bit restrictive here and there. And against higher tier opponents, it can struggle a little bit. But overall, it's one that I think has more strengths than flaws. And even with the major flaw in the armor, you can work around it if you know how to position correctly. And sometimes I do. You know, that first battle was pretty good. I'll definitely say that. But yeah, that will end this part off here. No, I'm not really sure why I'm saying part, because these are all standalone episodes. I have Let's Plays in my mind because I'm planning on doing one soon. Very soon, actually. If all goes according to plan, as I say, I might have one go up, a new Let's Play go up tomorrow, when this is being uploaded. If everything goes correctly. We'll see how it goes, though. But yeah, that will do it for this one. I think I've said that like 3 times already. Oh yeah, I also have another very big project in the works. Another summary project, briefly summarizing video that is going to be quite long. It is in the editing phase. Whoa, it's taking a lot. But yeah, that is going up sometime soon. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Would love some engagement down in the comments below. If you have any recommendations on what ship I should play, I have a good number of ships in my port that I would love to play for you guys and girls watching at home. Or wherever you're watching. Could be at work, could be on the bus, who knows. But yeah, no, that will be everything. Thank you very much for watching.